Hi, everyone, and welcome to this presentation on the paper AI Knowledge Improving AI Delegation Through Human Enablement. The paper is written by me. I'm Marc Pinski with my two co-authors, Martin Aban and Alex Benlian. So let's jump right into it. A couple of words of motivation. So why is delegation interesting? If you look at the literature and beyond, you find that delegation is actually quite a problem for humans. So humans are generally not really good at delegation, and it doesn't matter if that delegation is to other humans or to artificial intelligence, which we focused on. But humans, they generally have a problem with assessing what they should better give to people and what they should rather retain as a decision. However, then, and that's what you can see on the right side, if you look at people who have this ability to delegate, you see that they achieve much better outcomes. So, for example, there they looked on executives, and they found that executives with high delegation abilities they actually outperformed the others. So, what can help us to solve this problem of delegation? And if we also look again back to the literature, we see regarding AI this new concept of AI knowledge, or also AI literacy, which starts to get more attention. Actually, also the World Economic Forum and Forbes magazine, they're both calling for more AI literacy, so skills that humans have regarding AI. And also research is picking that up. So, for example, on the right side, you see at CHI 3 years ago, actually one of the first papers about AI literacy came out, which started to collect some competencies and design considerations, which we count as AI literacy. So, I mean, the concept of technology knowledge or technology literacy is not new, but since AI is different than other technology because it's more autonomous and it's can be inscrutable, also we have to think more about our literacy concepts, and we have to revise them. That's why we focused on AI literacy here. So what exactly did we look at? We have two research questions. The first one is, how do task appraisal and AI knowledge affect human delegation behavior and human AI collaborations? I'm going to say a little bit more about what task appraisal is in a minute. And the second question is, how do AI knowledge and delegation behavior impact performance in human AI collaborations and the AI usage continuance intentions? So the second research question is basically all about the outcomes of a human AI collaboration. So we have performance, which is the objective outcome, and then we have AI usage continuance intention, which is a subjective outcome. So it's the willingness of the human who's interacting to continue using AI, which is pretty important if you think about it in a company context. You want your people to continue using AI if you designed for them. So from there on, let's spend 1 minute on the theoretical grounding. I said that I'm going to say a little bit more about task appraisal. So we use the cognitive appraisal theory here, which is basically a theory to explain human behavior when humans are confronted with tasks. And it tries to explain the coping behavior that humans have and poses two important factors. That is the perception of the situation and the perception of the attributes of the human himself or herself. And one of those attributes is also their knowledge, of course. So that's why we focused on AI literacy. And then within that framework, appraisal is basically the evaluation of how a situation evolves in relation to the human's goals. So in other words, or in summary, you could say the human assesses a situation and their own knowledge to pursue their goals. If we then look at the research model, we have 6 hypotheses. So first we have the task appraisal, which then we split into the human fit appraisal. So you appraise a task regarding the fit with your own abilities, and then the AI fit appraisal. So you appraise a task in relation to how you see the AI. And these two appraisals, or you could also call them assessments, they affect your delegation behavior. So those are the two first hypotheses. Human fit appraisal negatively, because the more something is, the more you believe it's suited for a human, the less likely you are to delegate. And AI fit appraisal positively, because it's reversed. The more you believe it, an AI is suited, the more you are willing to delegate. And then that's the key contribution of our paper. We believe that AI knowledge moderates this relationship. So for people with AI knowledge, these effects will be stronger. Those are the two hypotheses, 2A and 2B. And then lastly, we have the two outcome variables for the second research question. So we looked at how then the altered delegation behavior impacts performance, and how it impacts the AI usage continuance intentions. So how did we do that? We did an experiment with two groups. One was enabled regarding the AI knowledge, and one was the control group. So first we recorded some control variables. Then one of the groups was enabled. Then both groups had to solve delegation tasks. And then we recorded some sample statistics. That's how the experiment went down. A couple of words regarding the task. So the subjects had to classify images, and they always had the option to delegate. So they were shown one image on top. They had to select which class they believe it belongs to, or if they want to delegate the task. And they were really incentivized to maximize the team performance. So it was made really clear that it's not about how much they as a human know, but how much they as a team classify correctly. So if they believe that the AI would be better at it, they should delegate. And if they believe they would be better at it, they should retain the decision. So we used an ImageNet data set, which is publicly available. And if you wonder what real-life situation this could mimic, for example, social media content moderators, they also have to assess a lot of images, and they have to classify whether they are in line with the community guidelines or not. So it's pretty similar to that, because the images, they mimic what you would typically also find on social media, like, for example, pets here in the image. So what are the findings? We could actually confirm our first four hypotheses. So the task appraisal is a predictor of delegation behavior, and AI knowledge amplifies the effects, as we said. And we also find that it improves performance, but we did not find that AI knowledge increases AI usage continuance intentions. Actually, we found the opposite. So the coefficient was significant, but it was significant and negative, which was quite surprising to us. So what are the contributions of the paper? First, we show that task appraisal can explain delegation behavior for humans enabled with AI knowledge. Furthermore, we detail that this task appraisal mechanism consists of AI and human appraisals. And this can be used to, for example, design new educational features of an AI. So it's not about a feature that explains the AI, like explainable AI. It's really a feature that educates the human, maybe also about him or herself, so about human biases. So it could be a feature that says like, hey, you as a human, you have a confirmation bias. You should consider that when you now work with me as an AI together. The second contribution is that we explain that AI knowledge can improve the human-AI collaboration performance by making delegation behavior more consistent with task appraisal. And lastly, we identify that AI knowledge can reduce AI usage continuance intentions, which actually paints a more nuanced picture of AI knowledge and AI literacy. So far, almost all studies say AI literacy and AI knowledge is always positive, but we find that in some cases, some pieces of knowledge apparently can reduce these continuance intentions. So we should really take a deeper look here. Thank you very much for your attention. Here are the sources. You can also find them in the paper, and looking forward to hearing from you.